Hello, I am with Seed System Solution, and in this video, I will walk you through the process of creating check batches as well as printing batches of check. So to start, I will walk you through the process of creating a check batch. So you're going to want to navigate to the Open Payable report, and that can be found under Menu, Reports, either Purchases or Vendors and Payables. Then from here, you can filter the report down. I have it filtered just for open bills up to today's date, but you can narrow it down by a date due or specific vendors. And then press apply. So then when you have your criteria or your options here, you're going to have a list of bills that you can pay. And you can see that you may have a notice of the check cannot be created for the vendor until an FEIN or SSN is entered on the vendor detail. If you don't need to enter one, you would still just need to go onto the vendor detail page. Down here, you can see an option for the SSN or FEIN number or a not applicable box. So if you just click that not applicable, then you go back to your report. You will see that error message went away, and now you have the option to add that check or add that bill to a check batch. So from here, you can individually select a vendor and apply all of the bills, open bills, to a check batch for that vendor. You can just click into specific bills. You can also adjust the amount that you wish to pay by opening the amount to pay box and then typing in how much you want to pay. Within the hamburger menu, you do then have options to clear all the checks, remove them, or add all the checks to the batch if you wanted to pay all of your bills. And then we can create the check batches. So when you create the check batch, it is going to ask you what the date is that you're creating these checks for. And this is going to build one check per vendor for the total amount of those bills and the amount to pay. So in this case, we'd have one for Blanquist Ag, one for Seed Supplies, and one for Seed System Solution. So when we press OK, it is going to take a few moments depending on how many bills and how many vendors that you've added, but it is going to cycle through and create one check for each of those vendors. It isn't going to print the checks. It will take you to a screen that you can print it yourself. And that is going to be the check report summary layout. Once you're on the check report summary, in the hamburger menu, you do have the option to print the checks or mark them as printed. If you wanted to see any details about that check, you can click the details and it'll show you what bills are being paid. Before I create these checks, I am going to show you if you aren't on the check report summary and you wanted to print a batch of checks, so any checks that haven't yet been assigned a check number or marked as printed. You can do that from going to your main menu. Under Reports, you can choose, it may be under Purchases or Vendors or Payable, as well as under Customer and Receivable. There is the option that says Checks to Print. And this will take you to the check report summary and list any checks that you have previously not marked as printed. You can choose to print all of them, or you can omit the ones that you may not need to print today. You can also filter down your list as well for specific dates and to be printed. From your hamburger menu, you would then open up the hamburger menu and select print checks or mark checks as printed. It will ask you the first check number that you're going to start with. Then you can press OK. You can go through the print process, and it is going to ask you if all of the checks printed, some of them, or none of them. All of them would clear all your checks from your list. None would keep them all on the list for you to reprint, and some is going to ask you at what check number you need to restart printing at. And then it will cycle back through that report and okay, so now all of those checks have printed. We can print out the list and you can see a check number has been assigned. You can also view any of those checks by clicking on the check number if any edits need to be made. If you have any questions, you can reference our other Seed System Solution training videos. You can email us at grow@seedsystem.co, or you can register for one of our new free monthly Seed System Support Zoom meetings.